This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel this afternoon. And she's almost this evening. She's been a wild past 24 hours in Oilers land. Could you say that? I think you could. That 3-2 Nashville win, that felt really good, felt really fine, let me tell you, my friends. Especially when you go out and have a little bit of fun in your evening as well and wake up as early as humanly possible. That's why I'm in such rough shape this afternoon. Go to bed at 3 in the morning. You shouldn't be waking up at 9:30, but is what it is. That's it. The Oilers around 9:30. I think that's when. They were making moves before I was even moving in bed. Signed Tyler Benson down to the AHL. That's probably good news. Realistically, that's probably good news. Now the more recent news of the day is the fact that they've recalled Colby Cave for, I think, the third time this year, if I've got it correct. So Colby Cave back up in the NHL to kind of even out that forward core. And I don't know if that's a sign that, you know what, with James Neal coming in again soon, hopefully, according to everybody in Oilers land, and then, of course, Sam Gagner not having the impact that you'll have when you insert him into the lineup for a game because he's played 2 or 3 in a row. Simply, it's just good to shuffle in the bodies. And again, this is one thing that we've known of the Oilers this season is they get stale. They do get stale. And I know I was really crying about that the last few weeks of December. It wasn't so much like at the end of the day, it was just a lack of compete, a lack of effort. Not much like. It's hard to give up on a play if you're not competing on a play to begin with, right? I tried to mention that in the stream last night and I couldn't make the words. I just was absolutely dead in the stream. My mind set elsewhere. But it's straight up, right? It's hard to finish a play, make a play if you just aren't competing to make a play. And that's what we've seen with the Oilers a couple of times this season. They go stale. They get into that groove of just not being able to make a play because they're not working hard enough to, and well, then you have to make a move. And obviously, we tried to make that move with calling up Tyler Benson, right? Even when James Neal was healthy, you don't know how long this injury's been nagging him for realistically, but even when healthy and in the lineup, that top line wasn't producing like it was when it was Draisaitl, McDavid, Kassian. That said, look at what the second line's doing with Draisaitl on it, so okay, fair, but look at it this way is, you know what? Time to get somebody else in there, right? You get James Neal in there, but now you've rolled Sam Gagner for so many nights in a row. You used Patrick Russell in a couple of those games because Tyler Benson was in the lineup for a couple. So, you know what? Fair enough. Send Tyler Benson down. Give him that ice time he needs, right? That's the thing is this Oilers team, they're trying to deploy Tyler Benson in a bottom 6 role, right? Invigorate the bottom 6 by giving them a spark plug like Tyler Benson. Problem is, he's played, I think according to Stauffer, very, very limited time. Let me go down the timeline here to Bob Stauffer's tweet. Played 7 minutes and 22 seconds per game in his last 2 in a primarily, strictly, whatever word you want to use, bottom 6 role, because I do think he started that San Jose game on the top line with McDavid just to give him the feel, but is what it is. So, you look at that, right? Colby Cave, is that really the spark plug we're looking for? No, Colby Cave, probably not. But then again, hold on. Tyson, shut your big mouth. What did Colby Cave do, I believe, in his first game of the season this year? How about the Connor McDavid drive to the net and score it? Well, yeah, he did do that, and that was pretty energizing. That was a pretty big game for us as well. So maybe we aren't supposed to be too quick to judge. That one was against who was that against? That was against the Pittsburgh Penguins in his third game of the season, but his second since being recalled. So that was his second since being recalled because we had the injury to Thomas Yurko at the start of the season. So yeah, it was his third game, first since being recalled. That was in Pittsburgh. It was a big victory. I believe that was the OT victory. It was huge. It was a must-win game, and we got it done, right? We got the job done, so we're good to go. And you know what? Now I'm getting texts, messages. Do you think there's a trade for Kovalchuk and Tatar? If anyone's seen that, please come by the comments and tell me because that'd be much appreciated. But what I have to get you here, sorry if I'm a little bit more dead. I got like I'm going for a nap right away here, but if people are texting me about Tatar and Kovalchuk, I'm probably gonna have to stay up. So rest in peace to thinking I can sleep. That said, Colby Cave, what's he done in Bakersfield so far this year? He's at 20 points in 40 games played this year, so he's played pretty much a majority of the games that Condors have played this year. And think about this realistically on the depth chart, he has less points, 10 less points in only 6 less games than Evan Bouchard. And Evan Bouchard's a defenseman, so keep that in mind. Evan Bouchard coming along beautifully as per the plan. So that said, Colby Cave, what's he going to bring to the Oilers? Well, guys, do I have to explain what Colby Cave's going to bring to the Oilers? He's that fourth line, go to work guy that's going to do the job, but probably not much else. That's realistically, since we claimed him on waivers, that's what Colby Cave's been. That's what Colby Cave probably will do for the rest of his career. There's not much else to it, and that's totally fine, right? So you need guys like that, and especially if you want to win the grueling grind of a playoff year. And guys, if you have been following Dolynny TV this season, you would have learned how much of a grind the 82 game season is, right? We're within the 30 view mark, right? We're in that stretch drive. We're a couple of weeks away from the trade deadline, and now then all of a sudden all you've got left is a week, a month, and a few days, right? One game in April. And guys, that's you've seen the toll it's taken on me. You've seen how much I've changed my approach over the course of the year, but it's a hard grind. And Colby Cave is one of those guys that, you know what, in the playoff year, right? You think about who played in the playoff year for the Oilers back in 05-06. There's a lot of names that played 1 or 2 games, but that's what it takes to win the Stanley Cup, to win playoff series. It takes having contributions from not just 23, 25 guys. It probably takes about 30, 35, 40 even realistically over the course of a season. You think about who we've had, right? We've had Gagne up, we've had Haas up, Nygaard, right? Like guys like that. Then you've got Patrick Russell, Ethan Bear, Caleb Jones, William Legason, Brandon Manning, Thomas Yurko, Marcus Granlund, Joel Pearson. The list goes on as to guys that have contributed to wins for the Edmonton Oilers this year. And now a guy who's already done it once this season in Colby Cave gets another shot to be that guy for maybe a game, maybe 2, maybe 3. Who really knows? Are the Oilers about to line up and trade Sam Gagne? Maybe. Who realistically knows? And that's kind of the crazy part about this time of year. You can't have enough guys like Colby Cave. Because, yeah, realistically, you'd love to use Tyler Benson down the stretch, right? You'd love to do it. Problem is, unlike the Kyler Yamamoto situation where it was an NHL guy, experience somewhat, coming in for that chance he's been craving to crack the roster fully, right? And you give him those, it was perfect timing, perfect situation. Tyler Benson, it's an awkward fit at a good time, right? This is you want any time in your NHL career to make an impact. It's the stretch drive down the road to the playoffs, right? Just ask Jordan Binnington, but it's an awkward fit on this Oilers roster. Now, obviously, yes, there is the talk that you could say he should be on the first line and this and that, but realistically, guys, top line, you're not going to play James Neal on the third line with Sheehan and Archibald. It's an awkward fit there, right? So maybe the question becomes, how many awkward fits can the Oilers deal with at the trade deadline while actually improving this roster? That becomes the question. Because today is just awkward fit for a minor solution. That's about what sending down Tyler Benson to the AHL and adding Colby Cave from the AHL does. That's realistically at the end of the day all it is, and that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, you're going to make moves like this all year long. And Tyler Benson, guys, this is nothing but good news for the Bakersfield Condors at the end of the day. Let's be serious. Condors in a fight to make the playoffs this year, not roasting a 17-18 game win streak like they had last year. So they got to do something to make the playoffs, and you got to have your big guns to go do it. And Tyler Benson, guys, problem is, all year I was thinking Tyler Benson's 23 years old. Like, Tyler Benson's old, right? Tyler Benson's an old man already by AHL level standards to not make an NHL debut. Tyler Benson's 21. All right, Tyler Benson played on the same team at the Bantam, like, Team Alberta Championships or Team Canada Championships at the Bantam level with Team Alberta. It's something. Go on his Elite Prospects page. But he played on the same team as a junior B player playing in the NEAJBHL with the Wainwright Bisons, who are sitting second in the league going into playoffs. So that's kind of your nuts. Think about this, right? Tyler Benson's as young as an overage junior B player. All right, seems crazy. Maybe it's not, but it seems crazy to me. It's just he's been around forever. We've been talking about him forever, but here he is, only 21 years old, and doing what he's done in Bakersfield so far. So, guys, that's some veteran experience at 21 to get back into the lineup for Bakersfield. He's been there, done that in the playoffs before. Let's see what happens. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Colby Cave, Tyler Benson. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. Bedtime. I am up on out of here.